Welcome to Leigh Dickey TV. Hit subscribe to follow along with the fun. Now let's get on to today's video. Bradley Cooper, Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman, Willem Dafoe, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, and many more star in an adaptation of Nightmare Alley. I review the trailer next. Alright, so this new version of Nightmare Alley. I've never seen the original. Apparently it's been adapted from a book of the same name, Nightmare Alley. The novel came out in 1946, and the first adaptation of the book, the first film adaptation of the book, was released in 1947 by 20th Century Fox. This adaptation that's going to be released on December 17th, so just a week before Christmas or so, is coming out from Searchlight Pictures. So it's still a Fox property, and it stars Bradley Cooper, Rooney Mara, Ron Perlman, Willem Dafoe, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, and many, many more, and is set in 1940s. It's basically an updated version, I guess, or another adaptation of the 1947 film. It's from director Guillermo del Toro, and of course, it takes a look, after watching the trailer, it's a carnival set in the 1940s, and from what I gather, it's just sort of circus acts or carnivals taken to the extreme. I might be wrong, but that's what I gathered from watching the trailer. The trailer for Nightmare Alley, which I will link in the description and the show notes and in the cards for you all if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on your favorite podcast app and a player of choice. It looks very sepia tone. I know it's set in the 1940s and it's based on the novel of the same name, which came out in 1946. And of course, like I said, the first adaptation of the novel was released in 1947. So sure, you want an updated version or like an updated adaptation of this novel and or first film, and it's set in the 1940s, but the trailer looks very sepia tone. A lot of big shots. Pretty sure there wasn't a fisheye lens included or used, but it kind of looked that way in one shot. You had like a swooping shot of, say, a Ferris wheel, and there was a shot of like Rooney Mara getting electrocuted, or at least that's what it looked like. I'm more familiar with Bradley Cooper's work. I know that he was in the A-Team, the Hangover franchise, and just a ton of others, like, was it All About Steve or What About Steve? That film with Sandra Bullock. I'm more familiar with his work. Ron Perlman, of course. There was Hellboy. Rooney Mara, I'm not all that familiar with. Cate Blanchett, of course. Then you had Willem Dafoe. I remember him from the Spider-Man films. Everybody in this cast of this updated version of Nightmare Alley, they've had long-standing careers. It's an ensemble cast, and everybody's just great. Like, again, the trailer looks very sepia tone, very period correct, and this film, like Nightmare Alley, it just seems like it's something that Guillermo del Toro would do. It just seems like a film that's right up his alley, and I, for one, I can't wait for it. It looks good. There's just, again, like I said, a shot of Rooney Mara, what looks like she's getting electrocuted. Like, it's set at a carnival, so I'm assuming, like, if you're set in the carny world, you're doing all sorts of carny tricks at a carnival to try and get the crowds to come in and basically give you their hard-earned money. And of course, like, as I said, Bradley Cooper, Ron Perlman, Willem Dafoe, it's just a giant ensemble cast, and it just looks fantastic. It's big, it's not all that bright. Again, like I said, it looks very sepia tone, but very period correct. And I can't wait for it, to be honest with you. I'm excited for it. I haven't really seen many Guillermo del Toro films, but knowing of his work and just, you know, exploring his filmography, I have seen a few, but I haven't seen very many, because it's not like he's my favorite director. I'm not rushing to the cinema to see a Guillermo del Toro film, but watching this trailer, it looks like it's basically, as I said, an updated version of the 1947 film, which is an adaptation of the book that came out a year prior in 1946. So it's an updated version of an already, you know, adapted novel, which again came out in 1946. But it seems like it's one of those, this is a carnival, it's got deep, evil sort of secrets, and they're all bubbling and coming to the surface, because there are lines in this trailer that say, "Come in and watch this creature feed." So I'm assuming that's like their main attraction. Whatever this creature is, it just looks creepy, but it's very, like, it's a drama, it's a thriller film, and it's very period correct. I can't wait for it. I'm excited. Again, like I said, the film is set to be released on December 17th. I'm not familiar with everybody in the cast, but a few. There's, Toni Collette, Cate Blanchett, Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper I'm probably more, familiar with, of course, because I know more of his filmography, because I've seen more of his movies. Of course, you've got Willem Dafoe, who, as I said, I remember him from the Spider-Man franchise. I think those were the Sam Raimi films. And Ron Perlman, I know him from Hellboy, and he was in Sons of Anarchy, of course. And it's a giant ensemble cast. It's an updated adaptation of a film that was originally released by 20th Century Fox in 1947. Like I said, the novel itself, which I haven't read, but if I can find it, I'll probably pick it up, or at least the book on tape, that was released in 1946. So as I said earlier, the film is being released by Searchlight Pictures, which in and of itself is, or was, a Fox company, because Fox is now owned by Disney. So the rights to the film, like the film rights to the novel, have been with 20th Century Fox for well over 60 years now. So they still have the rights to this movie. And it's a drama thriller starring everybody I mentioned previously: Bradley Cooper, Rooney Mara, Willem Dafoe, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Ron Perlman. It's a giant ensemble cast of a who's who in Hollywood, and they've all had long careers. I'm excited. I do want to see this film. It does come out just before Christmas, about a week before, and I'm excited for it. It's a drama thriller. There's a lot of, it just seems like a carnival that's come to town, set in the 1940s. The trailer itself is very sepia tone. It's very period correct, but it just strikes me as one of those films that it's like, this carnival, it's great, but it has secrets, and they're all bubbling to the surface. So, the suspense is there, and it's Guillermo del Toro. Like I said, it's not like he's my favorite director. He has made some good films. I have, or at least in my opinion, some good films, and I have seen a few, but for a Guillermo del Toro film starring everybody that I had mentioned previously, I'm excited to see it, So like I said, it comes out December 17th. I'm looking forward to it. I will link the trailer in the show notes and description for you all. But this wraps up another video. Thanks for watching. Please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. You can find the audio version of this video on the Beats and Speaks podcast, and because it is an adaptation, or an updated adaptation, I will probably throw it on Yo Nostalgia as well. But you can also find my other podcast, like I said, Yo Nostalgia, Pinfall, a pro wrestling podcast, and the Beats and Speaks podcast on your favorite podcast app and player of choice. Please do comment, like, share, and subscribe right here to Leigh Dickey TV. Leave us 5-star ratings and reviews too, if you would, please and thank you, on your favorite podcast app and player of choice. Links to everything down in the description. Thank you all again for tuning in. My name has been Leigh Dickey, and for Leigh Dickey TV and my plethora of podcasts, I am signing off. Thanks again for tuning in. We will talk to you later. All right, Leigh Dickey signing off. Peace. Thanks for tuning in to Leigh Dickey TV. New episodes are available every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Subscribe to follow along with the fun.